Good afternoon, Speed Gaming 2, and welcome to week 6 of Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 5. That's right, we're at the start of week 6, day 1 of it. First match of the week in terms of our Invitational League. And it's Pseudo Boots Cross Keys. Today we've got Last Locationeers with Structural Mike versus the Spec Bonkers and Nielsen Alex. I'm Radical Sniper 99, joined today by Smirk. Hello, Smirk.
Hi. Thank you for that wonderful intro. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. In terms of our division, Last Locationeer is currently in second place, right behind the Pugs. Whereas Spec Bonkers is currently tied for last place in the division. And you might be saying, well, with 2 weeks left in the season, does that really matter? It does. Guess what? The threat of relegation is now looming for teams at the bottom of their divisions. So Spec Bonkers really looking for a win today to try to stay out of the bottom of the division.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that too, because Structural Mike actually makes all sorts of graphs, and in his making of graphs, he has compiled a predictions of the likelihood of people getting into top 4 or whatnot. And I think the last one that I saw, every single team still had a chance at top 4. I mean, obviously for the Spec Bonkers, it would require some wins. As well as, depending on other teams, like getting some losses as well. So we'll see what they do today. Like versus clown and full clown mode of this. I was actually talking to Nilsson beforehand, and he was saying he was going to do extra clowning just because I'm calming today. So we'll see what he does.
We did get the sang start from both of our runners. And of course, we didn't talk about what this mode is. So cross keys, cross world entrance randomizer with full case sanity. The other piece of this, of course, is our pseudo boots. What are pseudo boots? They're not boots. They're just kind of boots. You can dash. You can bonk off of stuff. But you'll notice that the bonks are a little bit different. And we can't box stuff off of things. So like, you can't use those boots to get into bonk rocks. You can't use them to knock an item off of a torch or a library shelf. So just a little bit different from our traditional boots.
Spicy play here by Structural Mike, taking that connector right away.
Interesting information to get for sure. Not going to do the bunny walking yet. I respect the decision. Very interesting to have done it, but at least he knows, like, hey, I've got a dark world area that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, that's a good connector right there on a close to a saving quit spot at Sanctuary, and just going into Lost Woods and going right up there. Yeah, it's pretty handy.
Well,
And
Alex
the
did
bow.
find the uncle. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bow here on the uncle. So if you didn't know, cross keys, all the entrances are shuffled. So here we are doing some good tree pulls here for those rupees, farming up the money. Money can be a big deal early on, especially if you're not having too many bombs. And before you make it to Kakariko, you have the bottle vendor. So getting those 100 rupees gives you that item right away, so you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, an early Eastern Palace there at the fortune teller. Definitely not going to head in, or not tempted at all to go in there. Hard choice for sure. Watch our Eastern Big Key be an Eastern Palace there.
This is also brave of Structural Mike, doing Spiral Cave with only 3 hearts, but he makes it through, so good for him. Yeah, the Eastern Palace play that you were talking about, oh no, he died. He didn't quite make it to the exit to see where it connects to, so that's kind of rough. But yeah, what I was going to say about the Eastern Palace play, like a lot of people want to go in right away. Others hate it. They don't want to go in until they have the big key and the bow. I get it. A lot of people also are like, okay, I have the bow. Let's just wait for the big key. Sorry.
So we already have our useless fairy drop down found there in, and a sword on the bottle
All
vendor.
right. There we go. So now we can dash a little bit more freely with that sword in hand. Dash through bushes and enemies.
And I will say the good thing here for Mike is, you know, the snitch, the left snitch actually was a 300, so easy money as well.
Yeah.
And yes, I see it in chat. I see you there, chat, saying, "Hey, we got swords this week." Yeah, no more no swords. Everybody rejoice! Swordless week is over.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness too. That was a rough week.
And Mike was
Okay.
making the consideration.
Thought about doing it, then said, you know what, man.
Nope.
A lot of these one-item caves here in Kakariko. We have Chicken Hut, we have the dam in here, which is nice. Gina right now. Lots of like friendly, one-offs. You can just mark off your tracker and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, for those of you who don't play cross keys, you might be saying, "What about the water?" Easy. After you drain the dam once, it stays drained the rest of the race.
It should be like that in normal too.
But yeah, knowing that our useless fairy dropdown is right here in Kakariko, pyramid dropdown will be something. We don't know what yet, but it could have something important later.
Right. Yeah, the pyramid one, that's always a sketch one because you can't check what's there. Like if it's Lost Woods or Lumberjack, you can't go like, oh, let me scout the item, to see what's there.
I will say we did get the luck fairy there on right snitch, and I would have been really tempted to buy the upgrade right then. Now, a little tip here, you see Alex going with the bomb jump there to get over to the firing squad door here. You actually don't even need to do a bomb jump there. You can still bonk that one.
Yeah, even with the pseudo boots, you can walk through there.
Yep.
That's a pretty neat connector. It's going over to the desert area can be kind of a slog. So getting here with that connector and finding Blind's hideout, that's really nice. Hopefully you find some goodies in here. I know for me, this
Anytime I
never
get a
has
five,
anything.
I mean, anytime I get a 5-item cave, I'll take it. Good or bad.
Absolutely. Yeah. So far it's useless, but hey.
There we go. There's the best item possibly
Okay.
in all of Cross Keys, the mirror.
Wow. Yep. Yeah, that mirror is very rarely in cross keys do you not need a mirror. So getting an early mirror is even better. It helps efficiency so much. So one thing I'm worried about right now is that Moon Pearl. We already saw a connector to the Dark World. There's bound to be more. And without that, you can't do a whole lot in the Dark World. You can't dash, so that's one of the other reasons I wonder if Structural might decide not to go around bunny walking. But occasionally you do get a seed where you find a Moon Pearl somewhere over in the Dark World, and that's always frustrating.
Yeah, and we'll see how Mike decides to approach the rest of Kakariko. Here, he already did take some connector time, and he's gonna avoid TR bonk right now.
I better see some fake flippering here from Nilson Alex. I want to see the man under the bridge play. It's his signature move. Let's see if he does it.
I don't know. I don't see a fake flipper here. It feels without Pearl. I'm not a big fan of it.
Oh no, I
Especially
totally
Cross
agree.
Keys.
I totally agree. It's just it's a play that Nilsson and Alex makes usually in like modes like regular open or cast boots or something like that. He likes to go straight to the dam and then after that go straight to the man of the bridge. Like nothing else in between. Just does that first.
Like checking
See,
out that
Will
pro
knows.
connector.
There it is. Yay! Go, Nilsson Alex.
So Mike did finish out the rest of his checks south before taking that connector, and he is going to buy the upgrades. I really respect the idea
Oh,
of
yeah.
at least getting some upgrade here.
I probably would have bought the bombs too, but then again, it puts you under 500, so still got Duzora.
And Hobo having our fire rod today.
Wow, there's the clowning paying out for Nilsson Alex. Goodness. I wonder how much. I wonder if Structural Mike knows that Nilsson Alex likes to do this, and if he'll do it as a defensive play, or if he'll just like wait for flippers or a different time when he has the Moon Pearl and can do like some kind of water walking. All right. Already have the Desert Palace small key, and we already know that it's a pendant. So going to go ahead and do this right side here.
There's the those flippers for the fire rod, by the way.
Yep. All right, so it's not too hidden. One thing that I do appreciate about that play from Nilsson Alex is like it doesn't really like you don't really lose time from it, right? Like the man in the bridge is almost always like extra, like out there. So like whenever like let's say you have the flute, oh my gosh, Canis Mare in the desert from Mike. But let's say you have the flute, you flute to 8 and you jump down into the water, you know, you still have to like swim all the way up there and back and so on. So you don't like lose that much time from that play. Even
The
in
main
like a
desert
better case
exit there at Eastern Palace.
I like that Structural Mike is checking all of the connections here. It's good play, good to know. Like a lot of times these things can like lead you to you need to do. The danger though is without the Moon Pearl, without the glove, without the actual boots, you could get locked out. So like let's say he leaves here, he might be locked out of something.
Well,
And
our last exit of desert puts us on DDM. Could be interesting, depending on when he gets that mirror. If he had that mirror, it would have been really good for him.
Oh, for sure.
And Mike's gonna have those flippers before even considering that set of checks. But there's our desert big out of Paradox Cave. So
I didn't see if. Yeah, it looks like. Thank you, trackers. It looks like Nilsson Alex also got the Desert Palace small key. I didn't see where that was. So Nilsson, once he finds Desert, he'll be able to do all of the checks in there.
And was that Parabottom over at Eastern area? Dark Eastern Cave?
Didn't see.
Now, one of the features, of course, still available with the pseudo boots is spin speed, so that's what Alex has given us.
Ooh. So far, Mike isn't picking up that full heart on the dam there. I mean, he'll probably still do it. There we go. So Nilson Alex finding desert. So he'll get everything that Structural Mike got here, but in addition, he'll also get the Desert Palace big chest. So we'll see if there's anything spicy in there. And that's a sword on Hylia Island too.
Yeah, we're a pearl away from that one being available.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
It really does leave some interesting implications about top of Hyrule Castle. As soon as we get Pearl, that's available to us as well.
Oh wow, yeah, with the flippers, yeah, absolutely. Like the seed is like, go there. Get that sword.
I'll have to see how actually, Alex is going to be able to give us some of Light Death Mountain now.
Right, he has the mirror. Ooh. Small key to ice. That probably won't impact anything. And, you know, if/when Mike ever goes back there, the only thing that'll cost him is just the little amount of time that he goes to do it.
That's the thing, like, I want at least one, especially if, you know, if you decide to ice break that dungeon, like, you know, there's some value in that move now.
Yeah, and I mean, they both already had one, right? Or is it just Nilson Alex that has two now?
I don't see one currently on the tracker from Mike's side, so I don't know if he did.
Hmm.
The real boots do exist. We just have to find them. So stuff could have been on the library when we found it. It just kind of lucked out that there wasn't.
And just like you said, Nilson Alex showing us a little bit of East Death Mountain here. That's Hookshot Cave down at the bottom. And this was not available for Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah, and well, we can't do much with Hookshot Cave. The bonk shot, while it could still be a bonk shot, we would need a real pair of boots for the bonk shot this time.
Yep.
And it looks like Alex is going to go right back for Hookshot Cave. At least figure out where the back entrance goes.
Mike bonking a couple times there.
Yeah, and you can kind of see what we're talking about these adjusted boots, these pseudo fake boots. What they're doing, like, you can see how the bonk is a little bit different. There's usually a very pronounced arc to the bounce. The pseudo boots does have a slight difference. This little short bonk.
Hookshot Cave giving us an awesome connector up there to the top of Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, vanilla exit.
Yeah, it is. And there's that fire rod for Mike, so he did go get it. Good for him.
And there's GT.
Wow. GT is one of those dungeons where it's nice to know where it's at, because once you have the items, it's like the biggest density you can find, and oftentimes it just has so much in here. And Nilson gonna go ahead and do this tile room. I totally agree. This is a good play here. You found it. It might be a while before you get back, so.
Well, here's an interesting piece. Mike going into the Lake Hylia entrance and finding good old Turtle Rock front door, and gonna get 3 checks out of this.
Right, yeah. With that fire rod in hand, Canis Maria, that's great.
Yeah, and as Top Life's pointing out, you know, we have access to reach all the way to Ice Armos.
Oh gosh, you're right. I forgot about that early bow.
We'll see if we make that play. We do get the at minimum, Alex is going to go for Compass Room.
Right. Oh no! I wonder if that was intentional. No.
Like, of course, remembering I have to go the long way around.
I have to be a little careful here with these rollers. They are very painful on green mail.
And Alex pretty much, almost getting hit again by the hand. I'm getting a little scared watching this.
He's playing this room very safe, doesn't want to get caught by anything, doesn't want to take any damage. I think that's an indication that he does intend to go all the way to Ice Arm.
Yeah, getting, like, everybody is so used to seeing just this Compass Room, but there is a full path here all the way to Ice Armos, and it's definitely not a lot of people's favorite play. Hey, there's Ice Palace.
And Ice Palace is dippable right now with that Fire Rod.
Odd big key.
I actually really love finding the pod big key early. Whenever you find pod, oftentimes you already have like 3 or 4 keys, and like hammer jumping over to the dark maze area and not having the pod big key just kind of feels bad later when you have to go back for it. So getting an early pod big key.
I don't know what kind of luck you're talking about. I find pod early with like 1 or 0 keys so frequently in this mode. Who are you?
I don't know. It's just me. You know me. Oh, you know what? I've never known that's how you're supposed to do that from that direction. You're moving the statue and stepping on the star. I walked all the way around the top. Yeah, this here can't do the typical like bonk strategy for it. So, ouch. So you're gonna have to bomb across, which Nilsson's got to be a little careful here. He can't take even 1 heart of damage at this point. Because he's gonna take one from the bomb.
The fire rod strat. There is a torch.
Right, yeah, that's true. That's true. You could just light the torches.
And this is not a precise bomb jump, by the way. There's a large platform, or like it's a short range. There's plenty of space to get over there. So
this is still quite.
Okay. Whew. So that's to say, did the anti-fairy get into an endless loop?
This is still quite a dangerous fight. You have the bow, so it's not too bad, but if he gets hit at all here on this slippery ice floor, gonna lose all that progress. But it looks like he's lining up really well.
Yeah, not going for the quick kill strat. But still
very nicely
a
done.
Clean kill.
Right. Mike does go back for that big chest and desert, so it does get that Ice Palace small key.
We get an ice map, a big key to TR, and a heart container. We do, of course, have knowledge of where the big chest of TR is. Interestingly enough, that TR big key is locked by a little bit in terms of GT. We were able to get here, but key logic does dictate it was locked behind a few, so we'll see what that means.
Yeah, I think with so much still open out there, like chances are it's in logic somehow. And having that King of Samaria, I wouldn't hesitate to get that.
I mean, everything's eventually in logic, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, like there are more deductions you can make when you have less things to check. So
interesting choice here. Alex gonna go down and drop through the middle. I would have been really tempted to do West Death Mountain. So many more entrances available to you, but instead going here. These 2 drop downs didn't really help too much. Just another regular B.
B for a B.
We do have our CAC well here at the Sanctuary. We're running out of drop downs in Light World, folks. I think this is our last one over at the Useless Ferry, and I don't think we've seen Ganon.
Yeah. And so either it's here or vanilla, right?
There's Ganon. Okay.
There it is. And it looks like Nilson Alex is going back up here for that West Death Mountain play, like you said. He wanted to check that first and then went right back up. It's a nice, easy connector there with Hookshot Cave down at the bottom, so...
Yeah, no, that's fair.
All right, Witch's Hut is something a lot of people put off. We already know it's Spiral Cave, but Mike is going back. He died here before, and he is really wanting to know where does this go. And he still hasn't found that mirror. Where was the mirror again?
That was the Blind's Hut in Agina.
Right in the desert area, yep. As you can see, the mirror really useful here, just like Radical Sniper said. It's so useful for early on. Oh, Desert North.
Yeah, I believe at this point we can say that the magic bat will be at the pyramid dropdown. So as we said, we knew an item was going to be there. It just turns out to be the magic bat today. Yeah, and that's a little conversation between our trackers, Slowpoke 316 and Will WC. Big shout out to them helping us out today as well. But Alex, getting the magic, he realized where it is. You know, you just need enough to get into the fight. Unfortunately, not great equipment.
And this is an interesting play too. You know, I mean, I do the same thing. You're scouting the area. You just found this. It's still super early. We know that it's a pendant, but you got that big key. So far, all it gave us was an Ice Palace small key. So, you know, you kind of want to follow it, see where it goes, and hope that something good is here. While Structural Mike is going back into the Eastern Palace play. Nilson Alex getting some good hits here with the bow.
Yeah, doing their best NMG impressions. Nicely done.
And a glove. Oh, wow. And it's the green pendant.
That is our green pendant. So we'll see how much that matters. But really very powerful play there from Alex getting that mirror pretty much leading to a logical glove right now. And Saha's right there.
Wow. And a small key to pod. Wow, this is really working out. Wow, what in the world? Ice Rod back here. Okay. Unless those pod small keys are, I mean, I don't know. I can't imagine that Structural Mike won't get this either once he finds this area, but it's just so nice. Nilson Alex already has a mirror, a glove. All he's missing is a moon pearl for a lot of easy extra checks for increased efficiency, basically. You go to an area, you don't have to worry about going back to it.
Yeah, I mean, Mike could have really taken a nice advantage if there was something in Eastern Palace, but really nothing there today.
Nothing. Yeah.
And another multi-item cave for Alex. Like, between the Blind's Hut at Agina, and then we get Saha, I know we've got Mini Moldorm, like, Alex just keeps finding them one after another here. And, like, the Hyrule Castle small key is massive in this seed.
Yeah, Sanctuary is at the behind Castle Tower, right?
Yeah, like the back of Escape is technically like you would have to have beaten Aga to do the drop down. Alex has the small key now. There's all those checks. Like, he keeps finding the little things that make this a lot easier to get through.
And in the appropriate order, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure, you know, Mike will find it, but then he'll have to backtrack and go over these areas again that he's already been through. And I think that's usually like, what kind of makes cross keys like faster is being able to just like single hit every area that you find because you already found the item that helps you do that.
And yeah, we also get the Thieves Town small key. I'm sure if I'm a runner, I'm hoping to find my hammer before I find thieves at this rate, but not
Absolutely.
a bad find either. And there's our old man rescue. For a compass.
Just the compass, but we do get two mountain locations we can check now too. The front of the mountain and the back.
And there's the hammer for Mike.
Oh.
We have actually seen the mountain start point over on Mike's side. Our Smith house is the front of Old Man.
So that is a really good find by Structural Mike there in the Chain Chomp rooms of Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and for Alex, there's like so many other better choices right now. I don't know what sends you to do that.
Yeah, exactly. That hammer unlocks this big key here for Misery Mire. Suddenly, we're both back in the Kakariko area.
Well, and we were talking about that mirror. Here you go, Mike making the play. He's gonna. He took the bonk across across the firing squad, and here you go. He's about to get his mirror.
So, and it was wise of him, like not to rush back up to that mountain area without having the mirror. I mean, I don't know.
Luckily for him, he doesn't really have anything to gain from it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, he doesn't have an access point that really matters right now. And yeah, this is the hard part. Like, one of the things I'll point out for Alex is he's backtracking on himself a little bit. Having done most of this area, like, this is, he had to rush back here on his own to make this play, and it's kind of throwing back a little bit of time where Mike fully did CAC and kind of lagged behind on the mirror. Instead, he's going to have, hey, I've fully cleared Kakariko.
Yeah, that's a very fair point. Now, with that Ice Rod and the Fire Rod and the Turtle Rock Big Key, any thoughts of Trinex? I mean, we have the big key. Like, we don't have the lamp, and I don't think we found the back of Turtle Rock yet.
We have not, and we still need a couple of small keys to even be able to think about it.
Oh, right. We don't have a single small key, do we?
Nope. And Mike's going to do some Dark World checks here.
Yeah, I like this. Going into the Dark World, you still don't have a Moon Pearl, but you may be able to find some goodies here in Skull Woods. Oh my! Big key to GT in the the Turtle Rock big chest. Oh, man.
There are some gross implications of that, folks. If you're not a cross keys player too much, the reason why Smirk is so beat up about this one is to climb GT, all you need is a bow, a fire source, and a big key.
Oh.
And that gives you mini helmet room.
Yeah.
For 2 checks. So, like, those items are in logic right now.
And how many times have I seen a hook shot up there?
Or a pearl.
Or a pearl, yeah.
I mean, I think the one blessing is our runners have a sword at least for this climb.
Yeah, that's very fair. And there's still plenty of other things to do, right? looks like Nilson Alex is exploring Turtle Rock right now. He should be able to find his hammer here shortly.
And yes, to Din the human's point, I believe that does mean our GT climb is going to be behind 3 smalls for GT. So at this point, I wouldn't rush it for sure. We've only found 1 small key for GT. So with the TR big behind 3 smalls and the GT big behind the TR big, let's wait.
Yeah, and you know, the other thing is, like, we know that the magic bat is locked behind there too, and just for efficiency's sake, you may want to even try to see if you can find the powder before you make that play. That way you can just drop down, do the magic bat check, and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, what you're really saying here is, like, you're doing a 4-minute climb for 4 items or 5 items. So, like, wait.
Yeah, or less than
without
the hook
shot, efficiency.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, sick hit here by the racing game. Just $20 though. I like checking these when you have the mirror and no moon pearl. Lots of times it feels like there's a moon pearl in these mirror checks in the dark world.
Yeah, and that's, I think, what Mike's intention here is, just saying, how many times does it happen? It's always here, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's a fair point from FaZe in chat. Time to full clear Ice Palace. I mean, we have, like, everything.
Yeah,
we have a Fire Rod. We can even Ice Brick with the Samaria. We have the keys.
Yeah, I mean, Alex has all the keys to Ice Palace right now. That is, ooh.
Don't they both? Yeah, I think they both do.
Oh, they do, yeah. Mike just missing the glove at this point.
Yeah, Mike is still missing that glove, which was on Landmo, Desert Palace, which is Green Pendant. See if there's anything exciting here in Cackwell. So far, not much. Small key to Turtle Rock. Meyer and more. Okay, so that small key, is that enough to get to Trinex?
How many small keys is that now?
It's just 1, but is it enough?
Have to find the bridge.
You'd have to find Laser Bridge, right?
Yeah, because there is the crystal roller to Dark Maze is the small key door.
Right.
Trinex is still locked behind logically 4 keys in this mode. But you know, it's cross keys.
Logic.
You don't like.
Yeah.
You don't care. Name of the game this week is logic doesn't matter, folks.
Yeah, basically. And that's a Tower of Hera small key in the front of Escape here Mike found. The very first chest. A lot of people hate that key. Honestly, I like it. I like it because I haven't found Hera yet. It's just like, look, I don't want to ever come back to Hera. If I find Hera, I want to be able to full clear it. And if I don't full clear it while I'm there, I don't want to go back. So and a book.
Yeah, we know that that book's actually available. We have seen the Hyrule Castle small key pop up, so could need to go do that. That, of course, does open up the front of Desert Entrance. And, you know, you were talking about that key. Alex having that small key to TR, going for Laser Bridge.
I mean, it's available. Like, I mean, it's not in Logic, like we said, but Logic is just whatever. You need a lamp, right? Or maybe it is actually in Logic. Maybe it's one of the entrances that has been there somewhere the whole time, and we just haven't found it yet. So for Alex, I like it.
Alex got turned around here.
Okay.
Was trying to be a little bit fancy. Yeah, he was trying to be a little bit fancy to get the free magic and hearts off of the right side, but that's a really hard spot to see or to do without seeing it.
But yeah, for Nilsson, I really like this play. It's, you know, on top of 4 items here, it's also another connector. He's going to get to see where the back of Turtle Rock is, see if it's an easy entrance he can find. And yeah, I would gladly spend the key for that. I didn't know you could do that. So
With
Nilsson
the
Alex,
boots, you can definitely get a little bit further. And oh man,
oh, gotta be a little careful here. You may want to go ahead and take that back door.
is
And
hopefully
hope
doesn't
he
get
can get
locked
back in.
out.
Yeah. Oh no, he
We got
is.
locked.
Oh, that's rough. But that is an interesting location to know, right? We know the TR back is over here in Dark Shopping Mall. He has the mirror. He also has a glove, so he could pick up that rock down there, but I think he's worried about getting hit by the crab.
Yeah.
It's a very valid
Understandably.
concern. Oh, okay, safe. And only to find a dark room.
And not gonna go through it right now.
Now, we found something here on Hylia, right? That structural Mike found, but Nilsson Alex didn't because he only did
I think they both saw the sword actually on the island. Hylia Island is our main
No,
entrance, so Alex is gonna get 3 checks here.
Okay, that's what it is. Right, okay, yeah. All right, Mike following that hookshot cave connector, he's going to get to find all the things that Alex found earlier. Hopefully for him, he'll check everything and find that Desert Palace North, realize he can clear it, and get his glove as well.
You know, Smirk, we haven't talked much about this, but where's their moon pearl?
I know, that's what I've been like. No, we have talked about it. Remember when we were like, oh, mirror checks in the dark world. Good job by Structural Mike, but we still didn't find it. So I don't know. This moon pearl is very hidden. Okay, question. Can it be like if there's a lamp available somewhere and another small key? I can't remember how many keys you use. I know you just said this, but is Trinix a possible thing? Like
Trinix is
the
behind
moon pearl be on
4.
Trinix? Wait, actually?
Trinix is logically behind 4 small keys still.
Oh, wow, okay. I didn't know if it changed. Oh, nice heart refill for Alex there. Yeah, I think Brave is onto something here. Something is in Ice Palace at this point.
Yeah, I see a lot of people saying ice, and I don't disagree.
Yeah.
Like, ice is looking pretty tasty.
Very, very, very tasty. And, you know, Mike... Okay, there it is. There's the Ice Palace play from Nilsson Alex. I get why Mike would wait for it. You know, you want that glove first. For sure. It is a pendant, though.
Alex didn't know this was here.
Yeah, Alex just found it.
Yeah, this is Alex's first trip to finding this dungeon, so...
Accidentally mirrored there in the first room. Fortunately, it was early on. Didn't lose too much out of that. Mike having fun playing with his building blocks here. Pushing them around.
Well, and really, like, underrated play from Mike there to actually do that. You might not notice it, but that last tile right before the chest appears, you can actually beat the last tile, or beat the Wallmaster coming another time if you destroy that tile immediately.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
The timing of tile room works out that the last tile rises and moves before the Wallmaster comes down an additional time in its cycle. So if you actually kill it right there, you can get the chest and not have to wait for the Wallmaster. So, like, really smart little time save from Mike.
Yeah, Jesse, you are so smart. I am so... Oh, no. Looks like Mike is not going for the right side.
Understandably. I mean, Mike has the hammer. So from Mike's position, like, maybe I want to do a bit more left side.
Right, and you can do a lot here with the bomb jumps, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't know how much we can get out of bonking here.
No. I don't
Yep,
think it
nope.
works. Yeah.
So this is gonna be multiple bomb jumps. We'll see. I'm not always big, yeah.
Yeah.
Bomb
This is
jumping,
rough.
like I need real boots before I start wanting to make this kind of play.
Is this a diagonal bomb jump here? What is this? What? You can bomb you wait, whoa. Did he just bomb jump through the pot?
I'm rewatching this one. Yeah, no, he rode a ledge.
That was insane. That was so cool. Oh gosh, I have not paid attention. What have we found in ice?
I think the one thing I heard was we got a shovel.
Oh, okay. Well, shoveling, that's a thing.
The shovel's a thing.
Good job on Nilson Alex for getting these magic pots up here. We don't have anything in our bottle, so once we get all the way down to Cold Stare, if we want to have a shot at beating him, we need to have a full container of magic. Unless he finds like half magic or something. One good thing that for Mike that Nilson didn't have was the book when he came up here to the mountain. So he was able to check that ether tablet, find out that it's not anything he's going to need later, and can, mark it off his tracker forever. Nilson Alex, it may come to a point where he's like, oh no, that ether tablet could be something, and might have to go all the way back up the mountain to see what's there. Zen Arcane is claiming it is definitely in the big chest of Ice Palace.
I mean, there's our Thieves Town big key. That's a fully clearable. It's Thieves now as well.
Full clearable Thieves, yep. Hammer, small key, big key, we're good. Once we find Thieves, we can just go right through it. And there it is. There's Thieves. Wait, did Nilson not find this?
Nilson didn't check any of DDM, I think, here.
You're right. That's a kind of an annoying location. If you skip it, it's kind of like, I don't know if I want to go back up there just for those 2 checks, like that might be something that takes Nilson a little while to get back to.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, like Alex has cleared that portion of the mountain, really most of the mountain. So he might not even realize how important those checks are.
Yeah. I like Will WC in chat, or he's our tracker, but also in chat saying maybe it's a Pearl Go mode.
I mean, at this rate, it wouldn't be impossible. I will say that Cape Mirror combination does give us top of Hyrule Castle as well. Smirk, you've been kind of big on the, hey, there's got to be something, the Pearl's going to be mirror locked. Well, there's your mirror lock.
Yeah, and you were saying that earlier too, right? With the implications of the mirror and the flippers, even before the hammer, that those 3 checks up there, I mean, not if the Pearl is there, but like if you get the Pearl, there's probably something there, with the access to it so early.
Well, I mean, the Pearl's available now. If the Pearl's inside of the Aga Tower entrance, we have access.
Yeah.
Cape Mirror combo does get us through the bat. So
Alex,
there's
a little careful. Oof.
Now, what we do know is Ice Palace is a pendant.
Yeah.
So, hopefully not a big deal. This is unfortunate for Alex. Whatever's on Cold Stare is going to become, this is getting into last location territory.
Absolutely, yeah. The only thing I could see is if maybe we find out the other pendant, we find out it's let's say Hera's the other pendant, and it's super easy, you clear it, you only have 1 more left, you might be yeah, and especially if the book in hand and once you go to Skullwoods area, you might decide to check Pet and find out it is something. But if Pet is nothing, then yeah. that's a rough spot to go back to.
But Mike's about to get his glove, and honestly, the time advantage for Alex that death, if there's anything on Cold Stare, like that advantage is gone. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
like that's it.
Yep. And that's a rough fight. I mean, you're at Fighter Sword Green Mail, no half magic. You have to use all your fire rod shots just to break the Cold Stare shell. You have to basically fight it with hammer and Fire Sword spins, and that's not an easy thing to do. You said we found one of the mountain entrances.
Yeah, we got both
we
the
ever-
mountain start points. The front of Old Man
Okay.
was Smith. The back was right DDM Bridge.
Okay.
So we do have a TR Bridge entrance as well. We actually have Logical Spike Cave now.
Yeah.
Top of Spiral Cave was Spike, and we actually have all the pieces to do that in Logic now. We have a bottle, we have a cape, and we have glove and hammer. So the gross checks that are available to us for that pearl are just getting better and better.
Yeah. We're at 49 minutes in. We still don't have a pearl. Like, all that's left is annoying things. Like, what if the pearl's on Cold Stare? Like, you know? Because, like, what did we find any besides that shovel, which had nothing? Was there anything else in ice?
Thieves Big was in freeze.
Oh, right. Okay, you're right. You're right. Thieves Big was there. So yeah, now my hope would be like, let's go find Thieves Town.
Well, and the thing is, we know that the pearl can't be in Thieves.
Oh, right. Yeah, Thieves is in the Dark World. Yep. So
Yep.
that. Oh gosh.
Like,
Boy.
you know, the other possibility is, could this seed be pearlless? Like, could we get all of our stuff to do this without a pearl?
I mean, if all you have are dungeons in the Dark World that you can just death warp and do anyway without it, that is very possible. We are going to get the front four here from Mike, so we'll at least see if the front four has anything interesting. Another, little bit of time lost there for Mike, since once Alex gets here, he'll be able to just one-shot it.
Well, the dangerous thing for Alex is doing this dungeon without a pearl and trying to do it. Because if you get hit by a bunny beam here in this state, you can actually go back into bunny form and have to leave the dungeon or retake your death warp.
Really? Oh man, I'm learning so much from this seed. This is great. I had no idea.
So, like, the fact that Mike didn't get bunny beamed there is actually really important.
Good to know. Yeah, I've definitely made this play before. Thieves Town in Dark World, no pearl. Let's just take a death warp and check the front four. And I've never known that about the bunny beam, so I'm glad I never got hit. But now I know. But it's even more important.
Yeah, the one that you see it more frequently is a lot of people do death warps in GT. And when they do that death warp in GT and then get hit by the bunny beam in Tile Room, it doesn't wear off.
Oh, okay. All right, so do you think Alex is headed in that direction? Is he going towards that pyramid Hyrule Castle area with the mirror?
Well, the only way we have access to that entrance right now is through Paradox.
Paradox takes us to what is it?
One of the Paradox drop downs was Dark Eastern Cave, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Like the pod area cave entrance.
Yeah. Okay.
So like that would have to be our access point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really a question of when does somebody make that play?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a weird play for sure. Oh, right. Nilsson has the small key. He is going to go back.
Well, and I like this play here. Alex getting the fairy, you might be saying like, it's the back of escape. Back of escape's fine. Dark. One of the things that's always really cool about this game is the entrance you find a place like this or Thieves Town. If you find Thieves Town or Hyrule Castle in Light World, snakes and rats are snakes and rats, so they do like minimal damage. If you find the entrance in Dark World, the snakes and rats hit like trucks. So as you can see already, Alex has taken 4 hearts of damage. Like, they don't play games here.
Yeah, so very nice. They're doing this in the dark. Another small key to pod in Dark Cross.
Yeah, we did see Mike get that small key. And yeah, people were saying they thought that was the Death Mountain Ascent. That looks to be the Death Mountain Ascent cave.
Releasing the bee there to help out with anything in the way. He's down to 4 hearts. He can only take 2 more hits here total. So, and I believe it's not just the snakes and rats. I think the bats also do too. Oh no!
Yeah, I think you're right, Smirk.
Yeah, the bats also do 2 hearts of damage, and ouch. That's 2 deaths for Nilson Alex. He's gonna go back though. I like this. You know, don't give up on this one. Like, I'd rather do this. Yeah, it's 3 items, and you'd rather do this than Castle Tower, you know? Oh gosh, that fairy is being annoying. Oh my gosh. But, you know...
Don't run away from me! Don't run from my life!
It's interesting, too, you know, like, in this seed, the stun price is fairy, so good of Alex using that knowledge and getting that fairy. And like Chad is saying, it stinks he doesn't have magic, because that fire rod could come in really handy, lighting up some of these torches, making this a little easier to get through.
But Mike continuing to play that book up, he's gonna check out the main desert entrance.
This is a play I like to make. Going to the Desert Palace main entrance with the book. Even though you have a mirror and a glove already, like if you find, you know, like a flute, mitts, you can get here with the mirror. But nothing. Dang.
And the more we keep on knocking off, the more I'm questioning, like, is this a required cold stare?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it is starting to look that way, right?
Well, if we were going to get into the back of escape, you had to do it the way that Alex did. That was a Castle Tower small key in the back. And yeah, really, the big problem here is not only is Alex completely, like, you know, has that death to cold, he has no magic. Like, he just is getting nothing. No favors from this game.
Yeah. Mike, it looks like he had it already in mind to come to Ice Palace. He refilled his health over at Link's house. And he's doing it. We'll see how he does with the cold stare once he gets there. I'm sure he will attempt to beat it. This Moon Pearl is atrocious.
Unfortunately for Mike, I gotta believe he knows the bomb strat, but he's down to 2 bombs right now, and that's just...
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to waste your bombs.
Oh, I didn't see that the big key to Swamp was here too, but if you look over on Nilson Alex's tracker, we have almost every single big key. We are only missing the Eastern Palace big key and the Tower of Hera big key. Just 2. And the Tower of Hera one isn't even necessarily like important. And if Eastern is the other pendant, then we're actually, like, in terms of big keys, we're in go mode.
Merc, you've doomed us. Hookshot is now at the top of Hera.
Oh no. Look, I don't know. I think you guys, no hating. I don't jinx anything. I'm not a jinxer.
Oh, and that is the other exit to Hyrule Castle, putting us out at King's Tomb.
I mean,
I'm trying to think,
look,
like,
go
it's
ahead.
looking more and more like you, like, go to Hyrule Castle, you know, go to the top of the pyramid. It just feels like there is something at the top of the castle right now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that, like, all we have is Cold Stare and that location. So, yeah.
So to Beer's question about GT Climb, it's technically locked behind 3 GT Smalls.
What if there's a GT small on Cold Stare?
Because what we found was the TR Big. No, Beer. The GT Big Key was behind TR Big Key, which was behind Ice Armos. So that is 3 TR key lock. Or 3 GT key lock.
Yeah,
So yeah.
see, I would have just
So
I would have
we
just been
could
like,
have
"Oh,
done the
is that right
climb.
here?"
We could do the climb. It would just be probably a little bit of a bad use of our time today.
No, so Alex bombing the ball here. There's a full magic refill here. Very
Yeah,
nicely
good use
done.
of his time. And we're gonna get an additional cold stare fight. Mike, I don't know why we're booming small magics. You're gonna get 2 more, and you're gonna have full magic before dropping it on cold.
Maybe he just wants to get the one.
Maybe.
Yep. He's like, nah, I'd rather. No, there it is. Okay. Oh no, Nilsson got wall mastered there right before getting the small key, but fortunately he dropped down here, so no big deal. Okay, here goes that cold stare fight on Structural Mike's side. Let's see how he does with this. He's pulling out the hammer. Oof! Ouch! Ouch!
Yeah, those puffs are gonna hit hard today. Puffs are 4 hearts of damage. Gotta be really careful.
Ow! 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 And with only 1 heart left, even the little falling ice cubes will kill you. So it's got to be aware of that as well as the movement of the puffs. Oh no! Shovel?
It was a misclick.
Okay, I was like,
He was doing the one frame, the little movements to see where the puffs and the ice were, and
gotcha.
you know, really like you move your menus a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, that's 1 puff down, which makes this fight considerably easier, but the threat is not over yet. 2 down. 3
2
down.
puffs.
He does it. And what is here? What is here? It's a
Hook
hook
shot!
shot. Oh my god.
Oh
Is this
no!
Ambrosia? What is this? Ambrosia? Like we had glove on desert boss, and now we have a hook shot on Ice Palace boss. Wow.
Oh wow, that is a huge find for Mike and GT. You've got the DM room opened up. We know where Hookshot Cave is. That is a ton of items, and with where Hookshot Cave is, like I'm rushing Hookshot Cave, hitting those 4 items, and then going right into GT because
into GT. Yep.
like those are right next to each other, folks.
Yeah,
And I think Mike's going there. He's heading towards probably that Desert East entrance over by the south of Kakcheks. Also his shovel. And
yeah,
the west exit of Desert Palace is right on Death Mountain.
Oh,
so like,
yep.
that
might be a while.
Like, yeah, Alex is definitely gonna that one hurts now. This was kind of the worst thing.
All right, so Alice coming back here to the back of Laser Bridge. This time with magic available. Gonna see what's back here. Makita Swamp. Interesting.
I think we've seen Swamp Palace.
And we have seen the dam for sure. I know that.
So we've got all the tools on Mike's side to beat it.
Where did Alex get the powder?
I don't know, but he got another small key, and he's going for the Trinex kill.
Yeah. So this is interesting because I don't know where he got that powder. I missed it. He was in the middle of something while we were watching that Cold Stare fight. Oh, Skullwoods. Oh yeah, the Skullwoods big chest, I think, which is a key that Mike did not have at the time. And that gives him the magic bat, which is behind the climb. Which, you know, the hookshot also opened up the climb even more. I mean, not the keys, right? But like, you can do it and you can get all the way through.
To say, Alex, you don't want more ice on that floor, I think. Good job on the ice and the firehead. And yep, Mike right back for GT.
Yeah, it makes absolute perfect sense.
Yeah, and he's got the keys at this point. Like, I think this will be a play to ice Armos.
Yeah, I think so too. So he'll get the key that was back there, which might actually be that Skull key.
It was the TR big.
Oh, it's the TR big. That's fine. All right, let's see what total. This is Ambrosia. This is Ambrosia cross keys.
What? I mean, there's a flute on anything. It doesn't matter.
No, there's the mirror coral. Oh, Mike almost had that out of logic when he was doing his bomb jumps here. You know, and maybe it was a good thing he didn't succeed with those bomb jumps, because that might have put him off of doing Cold Stare even longer.
Luckily, that flute doesn't open up anything new for Alex, to be honest.
Yeah, it doesn't. It just makes mobility a little bit nicer. I mean, we have connectors that are a little bit strange, and with the flute, you don't have to worry about, you know, running all the way over there and just fly there.
Yeah, like, I'll tell you right now, there's actually, like, I see the chat, you know, saying, oh, is this a GG moment? Not at all. What I'll point out is Alex, when he comes back to GT after getting hookshot, he's going to be able to make a check of the GT big chest. Mike can't.
Yep.
And when does Mike come back if there's something in GT big chest? Realistically, like,
yeah.
I don't know about you, Smirk, but that's one check in a sea of everything for Mike.
Right.
Like, if there's a required, like, if the Eastern big key is in there and it's required, like, I don't know when you come. Just no.
Absolutely. That was fun there by Nilson Alex. Finding this nowhere, nothing spot here and just running in and pulling those magics, even though he didn't need them. But yeah, and this also right now, like chat, Zen Arcana is saying in chat, you know, oh, you can bonk across there without. Okay, good to know. Good to know. But yeah, Structural Mike does not have access to the climb yet without that GT big key. So
Well, and I'm just saying the GT big chests, like Alex is gonna get the hook shot off of cold and probably come back for left side. And at that point, like, there's no reason you don't just go all the way to big chest.
the big chest, yeah, for sure, for sure.
So like, I honestly think like if you're looking for an out for Alex, that's the big one.
Yeah, and this is the play I think that Alex is making that you were talking about earlier. This is a paradox connector he's taking. He might be headed to Hyrule Castle with that mirror.
He's also gearing up for Colts there, I think, buying that red potion.
Yep, makes sense. Yep, there it is.
Well, that's Para bottom. I think Para top was also an exit. But no, this looks like it's going to be... Oh, and there's Hera.
And no big key here, but we do have the hook shot now, so he can clear this. We don't have information if this is a pendant or a crystal. Wasn't that a map there laying on the floor?
I see Noistra in chat mentioning Swamp Palace might have been a pendant.
Oh.
So this is a crystal
okay.
Hera.
Okay, all right. If we have our pendant crystal knowledge, then we're good to go. Still though, in this seed, I don't know. I might be rushing Argus. Like
we got real boots, by the way.
Which, you know, in this mode, like not a whole lot changes, but you do get, you know, access to a couple more checks. Those like Bonkers. You know, library we already saw and didn't need it. But that's about it, really. There's not a whole lot that the boots really open. I think we also found the connector to King's Tomb, so we know we don't need that either.
Yeah, I mean, if I was for Mike, I think the play is you want to find Pod. Like, I know Swamp Palace. Yeah. I think we've seen it, and like you could definitely get some stuff out of it. But at the same time, like that play, like I would be more interested in finding my last couple of dungeons.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I think I might do Thieves Town first, just because, you know, I already know where it is.
He's right
I already
here.
know it's cool. And he's, exactly. So,
that's a quick dash over for him. Like, Thieves Town's on Death Mountain. You do this now.
Yeah, exactly. So you get it done, get it out of the way. That's 2 crystals down. And then, definitely you need to start looking for entrances to find Pod. And is there another we're missing? Have we found Meyer?
We haven't found Meyer either.
Okay.
So yeah, Meyer, Castle Tower we don't need, but I'd be very tempted to go and find it still, just for the free items.
Yeah, for sure. It's 2 pretty quick items with, you know, a fire rod in hand. You could just like get there real quick. Okay, but it looks like Alex is back here for Cold Stare round 2. So good on Nilson Alex here. Hopefully he'll be able to take it down this time, get his hook shot, and continue progressing. But like you said, that death there did cost him some time. And as we can see, it does look like he's a little bit behind in terms of like where they are progression-wise. But he does have Turtle Rock beaten. He does have that flute for mobility, and he does have that GT big key, as well as powder. He might do a full clear of GT.
Definitely would be a bit of a riskier strat, but you know, as I've been saying, like I think if you find anything inside of like, if the GT big chest is Eastern big key, like there you go. There's like in many ways that's kind of the race.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what ever brings Mike back to that. There's Spike Cave play, and it's just a Meyer small.
Yeah, I think like what is Mike? You know, like I feel like this is a little bit of a strange play.
I mean, it was a hard cave to get back to.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, Slowpoke are one of our trackers, saying Pod and Turbo Rock are our 5/6 crystals, and down goes Cold Stare for Nilson Alex, getting his hook shot. Hooray! The seed, man, with these pendants dropping items.
Yep, and we are going to get Thieves Town.
In Spike Cave, it was a Meyer Small Key Slowpoke. Yep, no worries. Thank you for tracking, by the way. Yeah, just another shout out to our trackers, Slowpoke and Will WC. Thank them both tracking for us wonderfully. Appreciate that so much. And you know, this is a good time also to shout out the runners. We have Structural Mike here on the left side and Nilson Alex 92 on the right side. Both incredible runners and also just really, really cool people. If you haven't met them, you know, definitely give them follows and check them out. They're super fun, super nice, pleasant people to be with, you know. Yeah.
So Alex is heading up the Death Mountain check here. Gonna get this done real quick, finding out that our ether tablet's nothing. But this route for Alex is gonna mean that won't get Hera easily, depending on, I mean, I guess, is this gonna be GT first though?
I mean, he's going through Hookshot Cave, probably gonna do GT.
He dropped down to do Hookshot Cave first. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, nice heads up play there from Alex to do Hookshot Cave, and then we'll still be up here on Death Mountain. I think Alex knows at this point, like, there's gonna have to be something here in GT. Or between Hookshot Cave and GT was gonna have to do both.
Yeah. And he'll probably do the same thing as Structural Mike right afterwards, getting that Moon Pearl, you know, mirroring back and checking what's under that rock, which is Hera. Probably clear out Hera at that point as well. Getting his real boots. But that is if he doesn't climb GT, right? Like, if he climbs GT, that'll drop him off at the pyramid. So, and, you know, this is it. This is the moment we're going to find out what's in that GT big chest. Looks like Thieves Town had Quake, I believe, because Bombos we found somewhere else.
Yeah, no, that's the only thing I've seen so far was our Quake medallion. And yeah, besides find, you know, Smurf, we were talking about dungeons we hadn't found, and we were only mentioning, like, Pod and Meyer.
Yeah.
We haven't found the back of Skull Woods, sir.
You're right. Yeah.
We're missing another one of our required crystal dungeons.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that is definitely a required dungeon. Yeah, and I like you said, we did find Swamp, right? Do you remember where?
I feel like we've seen Swamp. I forget where.
I know we found the dam for sure, but
yes.
I don't remember Swamp. So, but I mean, it would have been one of those things where they just popped in and out real quick. So
there we go. Slowpoke remembers. It was C-Shape House.
Oh, okay. There we go.
See, I knew I saw it. I just forgot to mark it on my own map.
That's where Bonkers was. But yeah, like this seed, you know, I agree with you. It's definitely Shouting Pod. Like, you know, we found the hook shot, which led to the pearl, and hook shot also is leading to all these pod small keys. Our I totally agree. Finding pod would be a pretty high priority. We got a lot of items in there. We have a lot of keys for the dungeon already. It's a required crystal.
Well, there's the GT big key over on Mike's side, and he's going to go for his Trinex fight. So he'll have that flute momentarily.
Unfortunately, Alex. Oh, you're right. He doesn't have to go to Armo. So.
And nothing on the GT big chest. So huge bullet dodged for Mike.
This is a climb, though.
And you might be saying why, but I'll tell you what I think this is. I think Alex realizes he had a huge gaffe with the Ice Palace, with the Cold Death. And I think from his perspective, this is a situation of, I need to make a gamble, and this is my gamble.
That could very well be what's going on in his mind. And,
yeah.
The climb is dangerous for multiple reasons. Like it could be logically required, but it could just be like a small key that was skippable. Something along those lines. There could be like a lamp up here that puts a lot of things in logic, but they don't really need. Or it could be, something bigger.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I think for Mike, it's, do the conventional play, go do Skull, go do the other entrances, do a big Dark World loop. You've got the time to just look for pod.
Yeah.
But if I'm Alex, I'm like, I don't feel great about my position right now. I need to do something, and this is something.
Yep, it absolutely is. Now, one thing I would have maybe considered doing before this would have been just quickly grabbing. Oh well, no, he found the Moon Pearl here, so yeah. I was gonna say like maybe grabbing that Master Sword on Hylia Island, but that's kind of weird to leave GT.
Oh no!
Go get it. Yeah, like it's a little
funny, and like you can see the there. That's the stun of. Oh crud! I want the 2 items, but I don't want to do it. Like,
and
right
after
here, I'm chasing my crystal.
Yeah, and after Trinex, it's going to pop them off at the front of Turtle Rock. So to get back there to Super Bunny is frustrating. So that was a frustrating choice there for Mike, but I think he chose the right thing. This is a crystal. It's going to give him a flute. I mean, he doesn't know that, but... I hope they remember that sword is over there in Hylia.
Well, I think for Mike, what's going to happen is he'll do a big check of Dark World, and I think he'll come back for that and that Super Bunny. Like, he can at least merge them together.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I have a lot of faith that Mike's like, okay, that connector is really important, but you know what? I do have a reason to come over to Dark Lake Hylia, if only for that Master Sword.
Most Alex using hammer strats here for Lambo 2. Tough to hit, but it does do tempered sword damage, so a little faster than trying to do like spins or maybe using all arrows. Nicely done there.
Yeah, four arrows, 4 hammer hits. Either will do the job for you.
That is, what, 3 crystals now for Structural Mike?
Yep.
I think, in Structural Mike's position, I think you're feeling pretty good, right? Like, the mirror, like, he didn't get it as early as Nilson Alex did, but besides that, everything since then has gone pretty smoothly for him.
Yeah, like if I'm Mike, I'm thinking like I could have had this a little bit sooner. I could have had this a little bit better timing, but nothing so much as like I feel like I'm really like hurting. Like everything's just a little bit better or a little bit quicker here or there.
Yeah. Whereas, like you said, like Nilson might be making this play because he's feeling like, oh no, I took a death on Cold Stare. I took a death going to the back of Escape. you know, and missing out on that hook shot that was on Cold Stare, acknowledging that, you know, this is like you said, it could just be that gamble play, like, oh no, I need to do something.
Yeah,
But
and
we're
like I
about to
think
see what's here.
by the time you get the hook shot and all this, like that opens up the seed, and here you go. Skull Small, not a great benefit. Bomb's not helping. To say this might have been an opportunity for Mike to consider reading the pedestal. He will not.
That's
A
interesting.
small fire shield, not an answer either.
All right, so we have this validation check, and then afterwards we have Magic Bat.
Yeah, Mulworm's last possession could be an answer, but this is. Ooh.
Oh no,
Mulworm getting revenge today.
Yeah.
All
And
those
you
times
know,
you killed me, like, yeah, we're gonna have some fun.
Right, Mike is gonna get his powder here in the Skullwood's big chest. At least I think that's where it was.
But down goes Moldworm on the second attempt for Alex. So we got this last possession. Oh, there was the powder.
That's what the powder was. Okay.
Last check of GT is just 50 rupees, but we do have Aga 2 because we got a magic bat behind Aga 2 today.
And, you know, this is going to drop him off at the pyramid. This is going to put him right next to those Hyrule Castle entrances with that mirror. So I don't think either of them have done those yet. So
yeah, and I feel like for Mike, like at least that those route in nicely. Like he'll do a Dark World loop here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have to believe that's his plan. He's looking for entrances.
Yeah.
And this will be the chance for Mike to check Ped. But back of Skull Woods, what have you today? That's the Mire Shed.
Mire Shed.
And nothing.
I am curious about Ped. Like, you know, obviously I always hope it's not anything. We do.
Like, and we've had it for a little bit here.
Exactly. That's why I'm curious. I hope it's nothing. I hope it's, you know, not, but just couch cash.
Yeah, it is dead.
Well, that's good. But the downside is it makes Swamp Palace a dungeon you want to go into less. And Magic Bat has silvers. Not required, but a nice reward.
Definitely can make a difference on some of the fights, but not enough to kind of swing the advantage Mike has at this moment, I would say.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what we're saying here is like that climb is about 4 minutes, and it really was probably about a 4-minute climb.
It might have been a little more on Fighter Sword.
Yeah, probably closer to 5 with all told, and like a 5-minute climb for 5 checks, and none of them really giving much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not a great feeling.
Yeah,
like you don't save the time you spent getting those right now.
Right.
The fights will get quicker, just not enough. And there's that other connector. That actually is a nice connector for Mike. And Mike is immediately like, wait a minute, that brings me back to Super Bunny.
Yeah, there it is. And he's gonna take that Super Bunny connector, and so far, Hyrule Castle is not really giving us anything. Yeah, nothing over here. Mimic Cave
that up so much, and it just wasn't.
Yeah. Well, that was before we knew there was a hook shot on Colts there too, though. You know, like, that opened up the rest of the seed. Okay, Super Bunny not having much, but where does it go? Ooh, that's a good spot to go to.
Well, on the other side, Alex finding the other end of Spec Rock. Wait, we
That's
found the
funny.
Spec Rock drop down. Oh, that's
Okay,
cute,
well,
Dave.
there's all of the Spec Rock stuff. Okay. Oh, okay. This is the Swamp House. Is Nilsson chasing Pet here?
He might be.
Like, I think, you know, like you're right. He maybe made that gamble to do the GT climb and realized it didn't really give him anything. So this might be, you know, doubling down on gamble plays, just being like, no, I've already lost too much time. I've made these gambles. They didn't work out. I need something to pay out. And that is myths.
Okay.
The downside of that, like, I don't know, I might leave with those mitts and just go follow the mitts, like, real quick. You
Well,
know,
and that's the thing. Like at this point, we haven't had an access point to the Mire area, and I feel like that's what Mike was looking for. Is going, where's my connector to Mire? Not, you know, realizing we might have a Mitt seed, and it's looking more and more like the Mitts could lock Pod or Skull. And there's Hype Cave.
Hype Cave, small key to Turtle Rock. And another pod key. We have 5 pod small keys now.
Perfect.
That is a, yeah, full clearable pod. Like, yeah. So what do you think? Is pod in the Mire area?
I think one of them is. Whether it's Pod
Either
or
Pod or
Skull,
Skull.
I think one of them has to be there now. Like, there's still enough checks. There's still a good amount of locations left in Dark World. In the rest of the overworld. But it's just feeling like you got something here.
Yeah.
Like Mire's gonna have the Mire area has about half of our entrances.
Right.
There's
a
7
lot.
entrances locked behind those mitts right now, and it feels like there's about 10 entrances left in Dark World. So like about half is there. Like I can't imagine getting away from it.
Nilsson doing the vanilla way of Swamp Palace, not doing the diver down. I'm not sure if it's something he's learned before or anything, so. Hey, the magic shop.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying knowing that our boots were behind our Pearl, which was behind a terrible Cold Stare fight.
Yeah.
Good luck killing Cold Stare, finding magic when magic's like nowhere.
So I'm thinking, you know, like those mitts, I think that's all you needed here in Snap.
Well, that's the thing. I think if Mike gets there, he might bail. Like,
yeah, well, it might be
in his mind. Like,
yeah.
I can go get my Master Sword. I can go do like that. Opens up the entrances I'm missing, and I'm gonna chance that my last, like the item I need for go mode, the Eastern Palace Big Key. I'm just gonna believe that it's in Mire or behind mitts.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't even know where Misery Mire is. We're short 3 dungeons still, folks.
Yep. Mire, Pod, and Skullwoods.
Yeah, we need those mitts. There's no way those 3 dungeons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mitts.
I think the mitts are, yeah. But let's see. I mean, who knows? Maybe there is something here behind Argus. So far, every pendant has had something on the boss. So,
I mean, every dungeon, I think, besides Thieves, had something nice on the boss.
That's true. Yeah, because TR had
flute, so. Yeah, TR had flute, Cold Stare had hook, and Lambo had glove.
Yeah.
But nice silver kill.
Yeah, there you go. And just the 5 rupees here. That is pad access for Nilsson Alex, which I'm feeling like he's going to go check that entrance and pull the pad.
Yeah, unfortunately, just not required in this one.
Yeah. Now, he did skip left side swamp. So there could still be something there. But again, you know, my thoughts are just probably not.
I mean, the one thing I'll also point out here is Alex did skip Hera.
Oh, you're right. I did not even notice that. So he doesn't have those boots.
Yeah, he does not have his real boots yet.
And we haven't really found too much behind the boots. Like we know the magic shop is there, but we don't have a mushroom yet anyway. Oh, here's Castle Tower.
Yeah, Dark Potion Shop is our castle tower. And Mike knows, like, I just got 2 items to get here. Let me get this first check, and then the Dark Maze, and I'm done.
Yep. Yeah, he just did the back of Pyro Castle, found that Castle Tower key in there, doubly confirming he doesn't need to do this. So where is this lamp? Is it something that like they skipped? Like what? I have not been paying much attention to the dark logic.
I haven't really seen much behind it. Like, yeah, like Trinex isn't even behind it.
Right.
We had access to Trinex over in Dark Shopping Mall, so like at the going rate, no.
Yeah.
Lamp's just gonna be anywhere else.
Yeah. And that's one reason I don't like to follow like a lot of dark rooms early on. Like, yeah, if I go to a dungeon and there's dark rooms in there, I'll of course do it. But like, I don't like to follow too many dark connectors because like lamp sometimes just doesn't have any implication.
Yeah, I mean, and at this point, like, I think you'd actually lamp would lock 3 crystals.
Okay.
Back of Eastern is not in logic with Fire Rod.
Oh, right. Cross keys logic. Yeah.
Cross keys logic is an older version of the logic that does not take into account advanced logic or advanced item logic. So just a little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
Not a huge deal. Like I said, I think the only thing you really want it for is I'd like to have it when I go do sorry, I'm drawing like when I go do Mire. Like I think Eastern and Pod, both of our runners are like whatever, but for Mire, like especially because Mike doesn't have great equipment, I'd like to have my my lamp for that.
Well, he did find the blue mail just now in Castle Tower, the second check, so that does help a little. But I mean, those fireballs do what a damage regardless, right? No matter what mail upgrade you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And yeah, Malmo bringing up a great point. Lamp without silvers, or Ganon without silvers, is kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, Mike might really be hoping for Lamp if he's going to end up at a Master Sword silverless fight.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. And you know, like we talked about how Mike looks like he's definitely ahead, and for all purposes, he basically is. But at the end of the day, this is still cross keys, and you're still looking for an Eastern Palace big key at a minimum, and that
3 dungeons.
And 3 dungeons, yeah, and 3 dungeons. But like that big key to Eastern, I mean, that's almost like another ice rod. Like it's same kind of concept. It could be anywhere. Like we haven't found anything in Eastern, and obviously we can't even break it to find out if it's hiding something. So, all right, but we are seeing the Mire
here is like, for all we know, like it's left side swamp, which Alex skipped, and like, we're gonna be like, oh yeah, no, the mitts are huge for Alex, giving him a bit of an advantage here, and it just hasn't paid out yet. But if Eastern Picky's on the left side of swamp, like it just goes right back.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we talked about too, for Mike, if that might be something he finds and just says, nope, I'm out, because the mitts open up a lot and I need all these entrances. So he might feel like I don't need to go further in this dungeon. He already read the pet, so he knows it's not required. But so far we haven't found a whole lot here in the Mire area.
And of course, I have to say, it's great seeing teammates for our runners. I see Zen going, like, get your sword.
Get your names, yeah.
That sword has been available for a while, and nobody's going to get it. I think this is
Nobody's
Alex going for it.
Oh, it looks like. Checking this, and it's like, hopefully he remembers, oh yeah, there's a sword over here too. Yay! Master Sword at 1 hour and 38 minutes. So, that secret in chat saying Mire area accessible without mitts, is that correct? Did we see a connector there on Alex's side, or?
I thought the way he got there was not a dark world, but actually like a light world set.
Okay.
So I missed that.
Yeah.
I saw the connector. He found the old lady connector. But I thought the old lady was in light world, not dark world. But I could be wrong.
Wow, this Mire area. I mean, we still have what, the hint and the checkerboard cave and this Mire Ferry, right?
Oh no, I'm corrected. It's apparently Darklink Bockrocks is the connector. Yeah, Darklink Bockrocks leading to Mire Shed apparently. So there is a way around the myths. But I mean, still.
Well, I mean, we still haven't seen like what the Ice Palace entrance.
It wasn't Mire Shed. It was a desert left. So.
Oh, okay.
Myths are required for the Mire area. And there is Mire.
Mire checkerboard. Oh gosh, myths this is gonna be. Yep. Myths are required, which in Swamp. See what's here. 8 items. Alex is gonna full clear this probably.
Oh yeah. We're short
unless he finds
Mire key, but like, I don't think there's a way you kind of get away from full clearing.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Mike just got here. Myths are not required, right?
No.
Now I'm confused.
It is.
Oh, it's Darkling's Bonkers goes to the desert side of it, not the Mire area itself. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, you do need myths out of Swamp Palace, and if you're rooting for Alex and the Spec Rock Bonkers, this race is not over at all. Mike having a huge advantage, but I mean,
is Eastern Big Key go mode for Alex? Like if the Eastern Big Key is just here in Mire, for example, is
that in locations?
Oh right, locations. But I mean, he has the myths.
There's Eastern Big Key.
Oh my gosh, this. Oh, Mike, you need to go to Swamp.
And we've got a race, folks. I mean, Alex still has some catch up to do, and unfortunately for him, like, what really is the worries I'd have if I'm watching Alex right now is he hasn't found Thieves, hasn't found Hera. Those are 2 additional dungeons in his checklist.
So, what item is Alex looking for here? Is he just hoping to find maybe a sword? Or is it because the entrances he might feel he needs the boots or Quake or something like that?
Yeah, maybe hoping for the lamp, like there.
Wow. Okay. Well, there we go. Lamp and Mire.
Oh, we got back a skull, folks, over on Mike's side.
All right, so all we're missing in terms of entrances is Pod.
What entrance was Skull?
I didn't actually see where he went in. Maybe
I was
it
just
like
so impressed by a lamp.
Yeah.
Oh, Swamp Palace. Is
okay, yeah, so Swamp. Yeah,
Swamp. Okay.
Okay, that's not too bad. That's not a terrible location. Yeah, I think for
I think Alex knows he's in go at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
I
think for Mike's side, well, and he could not be, right? It could. Well, we know that it's not behind the boots, but I mean, in his shoes, I think you just assume go mode, right? Like maybe check chests that are immediately. Yeah, I'd be looking for Pod in his shoes. I think finding Pod. But yeah, for Mike's side, going straight to the boss here first. I mean, if there's an item he needs, then he gets it. But going back for it, yeah, I think he's doing that the right way. Unfortunately for Mike, he's the longer he puts off Swamp, the more time Nilsson has
Well, and if he finds pod, I think he full clears pod.
Oh gosh, yeah, that would be not good.
Half
for
magic
Mike.
though,
Half
that
Magic's
helps
nice.
his case in the
Yeah.
Ganon stuff. Like,
Absolutely. This is the wildness of cross keys, right? You know, something like the Mitts in Pendant Swamp, you know, opening up a dungeon you need, right? Like,
and here we go.
it's
I see
another
the mention of Ice Palace entrance. Here you go.
Mhm.
Is it a
See
dungeon?
what it is?
Do we need it? We do.
It's
Mitts
pod.
are doubly
Double
required in
Mitts
this.
required. But that's good for Mike though, right? Like you were saying, you know, if he finds pod, he full clears it. Well, now he won't, or minor. So it's going to force him to find the mitts a little sooner.
Well, and that just raises the question: Does Alex realize he's in go, or does he think he needs?
I think he does know. I think he
think
might just
he
be like
does.
grabbing. Yeah, I think he's just grabbing like chests that are immediately on the path in case he finds like a sword.
And that's the thing, like the fact that now Mike has the knowledge that like, or that we know that 2 of the dungeons are mitts locked, like there's not a lot of a case for him missing or like full clearing like in the same way.
Wow. Yeah,
He will full clear Mire or pod. Whichever he
Right,
finds first,
so-
he will full clear.
Yeah, well, I mean, just like in Alex's case, so once he finds the Eastern key in there. Okay, he's in Swamp here. If he leaves right after the mitts, this is a very close race.
Yep.
Because, I mean, Nilsson still has to go do Tower of Hera,
Has to find Hera.
Easttown, Skullwoods. Yeah, so, okay. Oh, he's thinking about it. He's out. He's out.
Yep, he knows. Like, I need to find entrances. Yeah, I need Eastern Big Key, and if Eastern Big Key's in Swamp, it's bad. But let me go find my crystals.
Yeah, this is a good play by Mike. This game is definitely not over yet. He's thinking here. Okay, fluting.
Yeah, if Mike clear and he's gonna hit the Mire area first, he will find Mire and clear Mire, get his lamp and Eastern Big Key. This,
At the very least, the Eastern Big Key. He might not get the lamp. He might just be like, nope, I'm going. Let's go.
I will say though, do you remember where the Eastern Big Key is? It's on left side Mire. I mean, he's got 3 keys, so it's in logic for him. But does he consider skipping that check?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I do.
Like, it's one of those things, like, we talk about high-level runners, you know, it comes down to what are you willing to skip, and is he willing to make the skip?
I don't. I mean, that's just that you just go left first, right? It makes Mire more efficient if you go left first. Even if you decide to skip cutscene,
Well,
you know,
mean,
you
you're
don't skip
cutscene because you're going to be in go mode at that point.
Yeah,
That's
but like,
not-
like that. Like I said, he might skip the lamp. Like, I don't know if he'll be searching for. I mean, he might not too, because in his shoes, it's a relatively quick check that could be a sword. You know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. He's almost there. He's here at Checkerboard Cave. Let's see what he does.
Hera is at hookshot front.
But this is definitely lining up to be a pretty close race. I mean, Nilsson has to find Thievestown, which we discussed was in that weird location in West Dark World.
Well, Alex is going to get Hera here. So that's pretty big.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Eastern, they both have found. I think it's in CAC, right? Somewhere. Yep. It's somewhere easy.
I want to say it's the CAC fortune teller.
Yeah. And
Thievestown is the one that's really dangerous for Alex.
For Alex, yeah.
Hopefully he runs over to West Death Mountain after this. And you might be going, why did he check that chest right there? If it was a sword, he would have been a lot happier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like anything that's close enough, we might as well check. Wait, did Mike do the compass? Like you said,
He
is
did
he
not.
skipping it?
He hit the
He
switch,
flipped the
did
switch.
the arena,
Oh
and
no!
this,
What?
like I said, this is
What
what,
did that? Jesse, how did you know?
because this is high level, like this is what Invitational is about at times. It's about making tactical skips, and left side Meyer is a tactical skip. It's the wrong call here, but I'm not surprised Mike is making this play.
But you know what? We just played a cross keys today, like 3 hours ago, and left side Meyer was the answer. It was the Eastern Palace big key too. Oh, Mark. Huh.
Like I know it sounds crazy, but I am not totally shocked by Mike's decision.
Right, no, and
I
said
understand why
it,
people
so.
are saying like he should have done it, but like it's not the moment where I'm like, yep, that's like unreasonable.
I feel like when you do have all three Meyer keys, that it makes it even more, and like it's fully in logic. That's when you don't want to skip, right? Like if I came here to Meyer and I had 0 1 keys, that's when I might be like, nah, I'm skipping left. It's this late into the game, you know? Well, we'll see. I mean, he could easily go back in,
Yeah.
you know, like this, you know, what you like the skip could just be like, okay, well, if the Eastern Palace big key's on Vidi, then I skipped all of left side Meyer, and that's great. So this could be kind of like, you know, the same way that you treat the left side swamp play. And I think
but at that point he might be saying like, hey, I've got Mitz. Mitz gives me Pripod. And here comes Alex. Alex is about to be in go.
Yep.
He's gonna find Thieves Town.
And that
he
will
still
be
needs Skull.
Oh right, he does need Skull, but that's not too strange of plays, right? It's at Swamp Palace. I don't. Is he gonna check anything? Okay, he realized. Yeah, I don't need to check anything here. He knows he's in go mode. He knows he just needs locations. Chances, like I think he knows Meyer entrance was Bombos, TR entrance was Ether, so he knows he doesn't even need Quake. So there's absolutely nothing that Alex could get that could help him with entrances at this point.
And yeah, as Nobly said in chat, like I don't know if there's really a reason that Mike goes back in after this.
There's no going in after being fit. Oh my god. So...
He needs to, but like in his mind at this moment, it's like I should just continue looking for the other checks. I don't know. If he goes in, it's a close race. He's going back.
Yes!
In. Oh my
He's going back in! Oh my gosh. Yikes. Okay. Because, like, I like, seriously, though, like, I was saying, we literally, like, I played a race with him earlier, with him and Scottish Brave, and this is literally what was there. Left side Meyer with the Eastern Palace big key. So, I'm glad he's not skipping. But that would be good for him, and all he has is Eastern Palace. Meanwhile, Alex is finishing up Thieves Town right now as well, so I think Mike is actually still a little bit ahead. Oh wait, no, Pod. Mike has Pod.
That's go mode for Mike at 151.55.
And Mike has to find Pod too, so Mike has to find Pod.
They're both in go mode.
Yeah, they're both in go mode, yeah. Nilsson is in full go mode. Mike has to find Pod, but I mean, he's going to check the Smith's entrance right away.
Alex has to find Skull. So they were both
and Alex, yeah, you're right.
Okay, this is go mode for Mike.
Yeah, this is go mode for Mike. Alex still has to find Skull. But there aren't that many entrances left. This is still a very close race. I mean, oh gosh.
I mean, if Alex finds Skull, like if that's one of his next checks, I agree that this is a close race. But
well, because look, yeah, it all depends on how long it takes Alex to find Skull, right? Because
and that's the thing.
Mike
like, they both have to beat Eastern. That's a wash. The one advantage is Alex has the silver.
Silvers. which will help for Eastern and Ganon in terms of time.
And that's the big one, is like there is a little bit of time. So like what Alex has left is Skull and Eastern. Mike has Pod and Eastern.
Right.
But Mike knows where he's going. Like this is, I beat Pod, I flew to CAC, I beat Eastern, I go to Ganon. For Alex, this is, I have to find Skull Woods, and I don't know which entrance it is. I think he's got... he might not have done the Pod area too much yet, and I think he's got South Dark World.
It's going back to the Mire area. What was here that he didn't check? I feel like he did all the things here.
And I gotta laugh at that comment in chat from El Rocco. If Alex wins, it's because he has silvers, and if he loses, it's because he got silvers. That's kind of hilarious and not wrong all at the same time.
Accurate. Yeah. Oh no, he's doing the bomb check. Okay, this is giving up some time to Structural Mike here. And then yes, this puts him in that pod area, and if he like you said, if he hasn't checked a whole lot over there, that's probably what he'll do.
Well, I think luckily, like, there's no way he checks pod itself because we do know what pod is.
Right, yeah.
So that's not the worst, but yeah, it's definitely something that'll delay him a little bit. Eastern is right outside of Kakariko at, I think it's the CAC Fortune Teller.
Ganon was at the Useless Ferry? North CAC? Or North Light World? I think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, what could really make a difference here is Mike, for all we know, is about to find a sword in Eastern. We haven't seen Eastern Palace.
We have.
I mean,
Mike dipped.
Sorry, Big Chest and Armos.
Oh, okay, yeah, just those two. Yeah, that's true.
Like, if he gets a sword, like, there's not even a question here. Like, that shores up the end of this game.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Nelson is going in the wrong direction for finding Skullwoods here.
And this probably is the fact that he's looking at, hey, I've got Graveyard Ledge and Bonk Rock.
Yeah, we could go north. Oh, wow. Yeah, like, oh, Cast Tower, I haven't done it. Oh, I don't need to. Okay. Grabbing the flute. Where is he going? 4. This looks promising for Nilsson. Yeah, oh, boots. I don't think he's done any of the boots checks.
Yep.
So he's going to do those here.
Okay, Skullwoods map out of the Eastern Big Chest. So if Mike's hoping for an additional sword, he's hoping for Armos at this point.
Moving to 3. Yeah, this is a Master Sword Silverless fight for Mike, which takes time, no matter how good you are at it. Bomb drops up here for Alex. Might as well buy a couple potions. Or I think, do we just have one bottle? Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't found much on the bottle front.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Mike is here at the Eastern Palace Armos fight. This is his last crystal. After he beats this, he's just going to go to Ganon. I mean, and no sword. So this is a Master Sword Silverless fight for Mike. I don't think he has any issue with that at all.
Depends on who you talk to. Apparently, chat's been saying his Master Sword is something to behold.
Oh, really? Are we in for a show here? Oh, I bet it's tempting to check Hype Cave here anyway, but he knows he's in go mode, so It's like, oh man, what if I missed the sword there?
But nice Samaria strat to start.
This is really neat, yeah. Using the Samaria there to get those double spin hits.
Yep. And he's got great setup here for the phase 2. Gonna really get those spins in.
Oh, this is really good. Yeah, he's crushing this. Didn't quite get through, but that should definitely be enough now.
Yeah, we're going to be into phase 3 here.
And unfortunately for Alex, just, this is a lot of locations remaining to check, and he's going for some kind of obscure ones, some strange ones, some harder to find ones, when it's just sitting right there at Swamp Palace all along. And some of this time can really be attributed to that that Ice Palace death, right? Like that's a good amount of time.
That's the thing. Like Alex is probably about to find his own Gomo dungeon, and like between the GT climb and the cold stare death, like there's roughly your time difference that it's looking like right now. Like, as we said, GT climb was probably about 5 minutes. The re-clear, or having to go back to cold stare a second time, probably a good 3 minutes. Like, anywhere in that range, possibly. Like, or even 2 to 3 is probably generous on ice. Ice might have been closer to 3 to 4 minutes. Like, we're talking nearly 10 minutes between those two things, and that's enough. And like, there you go. Alex is in go mode.
Yep, Alex in go mode. And all he has is Eastern Skull, that doesn't add up to 10 minutes, so. Okay, well, if you miss a lot of fire rod shots for lighting your lamps.
Please be careful here, Mike.
All right, so how many spins is that for Mike? I have not been counting. I know it's 24 required, but
he's over halfway, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's hitting a lot of triples, so he's got to be pretty close here.
Yes, how many spins? Not enough. But there we go. That is 24.
So everybody get your GGs in chat. There you go. Thanks.
For Structural Mike, he'll be just crossing over that bridge momentarily, securing the win for last Locationeers. And there you go, Mike finishing with a 201.33 GG to Structural Mike. And it does appear that Alex is going to go and finish out the rest of the seed.
All right.
And we're getting the Mario Kart 8 MSU. I was like, wait a minute, which one is this one? This is the Mario Kart 8 MSU.
Yeah. Yeah, Alex, I mean, he's already in go mode. All he had left was Skullwoods and Eastern, so he's got the silver arrows in hand as well. I think he's saying, might as well finish this. It's not much left. It'd be interesting to look back and see how much time he spent looking for Skull, and if he had found Skull right away, how much difference would that have made?
Yeah, but we are now joined by Structural Mike GG.
Hey guys, thanks.
Braspiel.
What was that?
I try to say Braspiel.
Oh, Thank you. Bra spel. Tack. What a cold stare!
In many ways, that cold stare fight kind of spelling a big picture of the difference here. You getting the kill first attempt. Unfortunately, Alex taking a death, and he was into ice a lot earlier.
Honestly, I should have died 3 times in that fight. Holy moly.
It was a
Nice
scary
pause
fight.
strats in that corner.
I was 100% dead, but somehow I'm alive. I don't know what happened, but I'll take it.
Well, I mean, it's funny. Like, you could have gotten away in some ways with not even having to do cold stare, pending your bomb jump earlier.
Oh yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. The hookshot wasn't even needed, I think. Was there anything in hookshot key?
I don't believe so.
I think there was a small key or something weird.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I think it was like Meyer or Skullwards.
I think the only thing would have been, you know, what gets you to the back or behind Ice Armos for your TR big. Because I don't know if you would have planned to bonk the rest of the way or to do bomb jumps the rest of the way to Ice Armor.
Yeah, I can do it with boots, because then you don't need a million bombs. Because then it's just 1 bomb jump, basically, or 2 bomb jumps.
Right.
And you can always go back through the right side, so like the hookshot wasn't like required.
Yeah, I mean, I was 100% certain that Cold Stare had the Moon Pro. I hope you guys paid attention to the key logic in Ice Palace.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. Well, actually, did you have less than full keys when you went in?
4 keys, or
did you have all the keys for ice?
Yes. I had 2 smalls and a big, and I just kept finding things for Ice Palace. I knew something was in there the moment I found it early on. Like, oh, I found the hammer, and now I found the glove, and now I found the next key. And like, okay, we know what's in there. The question is, can we find any safety? No. The answer is no.
Yeah, and we did get to see that potion shop late in the seed, and that was not at a great location either. To even try, you know, with that being on Bonk Rocks, there was just no way you were going to have a potion refill. After that first Cold Stare death, I want to say Alex was on just no. He was on no magic for a good 10+ minutes after that fight, and it just was always like, when are you going to be able to find any? And luckily, he death warped in Skull.
Yeah. I don't know what I would have done. I would have bunny walked, done some Skullwoods shenanigans, probably maybe gone back to DT. It would have been a mess. I should have died, honestly.
So I do. Oh, sorry, Smirk. Go ahead.
No, I'm really curious about this. So, Mike, what do you think about that Eastern Palace big key?
There was a relief, a big relief.
Yeah. Does it remind you of anything we played like 3 hours ago?
No. I purged the seed from my mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just like I purged the Ice Palace key logic from my mind.
That does raise the question, you know, what had you going back in? We were kind of worried.
I was always going to go back in. Yeah, I left both chests left side just so that I wouldn't orphan the basement.
Okay.
I just wanted to go, you know, hit the switch, get all the chests in the right, because those are the quickest ones. And then if it wasn't there, I would go back in and get the remaining 2. Because the alternative was to clear everything in pod, which I didn't need to do if I got go mode, or go back to swamp and GT climb. So yeah, I was going back in. Yeah, I was going back in. It was fine.
I do want to point out Nilson Alex has finished with a 207.13. So if you haven't yet, get your GGs in chat for Alex, who is now joining us. GG.
GGs.
Quite the race between the two of you. A lot of back and forth. Great race. We've been talking to Mike a little bit. Alex, what are your thoughts so far?
I think it was a pretty okay start. Definitely interesting, I would say. Sadly, Cold Stare happened, and after Cold Stare, that death on Coldseer, I started to play real bad, in my opinion. And when I went back, it was like go to Coldseer again or go to Eastern, and Coldseer felt more like I wanted revenge on Coldseer, and of course Hookshot was there, and then everything opened up, and then I took that gamble of climbing GT, and then I ended up in Swamp and getting mitts, and after that it was just like full go, like just full send and hope I can rescue something from this one. But
Right.
I mean,
so the GT climb was pretty much I feel behind because of ice.
yeah,
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, we
Also,
were definitely of that opinion that it looked like a gamble.
Yeah, and I think I was still looking for just Eastern Palace Big Key at that point. Sure, boots would have been open up other checks as well, but I do believe that was the only thing I had. Of course, mitts was out there as well, but it was definitely I feel behind play.
Yeah,
So
I think oh, sorry, Smirk, go ahead.
No, I really want to just point out. I loved your manner to the bridge check.
Yeah.
I was excited to see that. Jesse was like, "Nah, I don't think he'll do fake mover." I'm like, "Are you sure?" Because I think he will.
I normally I do clown a lot, and I do like did that into hobo just for memes. And if I did that, it would kind of work out as well because I would have the fire rod early. But I mean, it would be kind of stupid to do it in a cross keys race against Mike because
Yeah.
Mike is a good runner. So I mean, I feel like skipping half of CAC like I did early on to get mirror and then fire rod was kind of it was kind of clowny enough. So
Yeah, I thought it was neat. It was good. It was good job. Good job.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only poor thing is, where were the other swords for this seed?
oh, you never found another sword, Mike?
No.
Okay.
Maybe they are in pod, but I assume you cleared pod.
Yeah, I only opened one chest in pod.
Oh, okay, well, my guess is pod then, or swamp, unless you clear swamp.
Yeah, I never went full like left side, but
Yeah.
Just left side swamp that was left there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I hit swamp, I was looking for mitts in swamp, so I could go elsewhere. So I bailed instantly.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Because I hit the Dark World with the Moon Pearl and was Eastern Big Key go mode, and I was like, I guess I'll check all the entrances and then cry when it's not there, and then I'll go into swamp and then get my mitts in swamp, and that's what happened.
Yeah, I found Spec Rock and I did a bomb jump over and ended up next to swamp. And I was like, well, I'm already here, so let's just clear swamp.
Yeah, I did skip the game and Stumpy, so I don't know if you did.
I did
How?
so many. I did so many skips at the end that I was like, I don't care if I last locate because I've done so many stupid things already.
Yeah, I mean your time is amazing for like we have to account for a cold stare death, which you obviously went back for, and a GT climb, and I mean it's very close, but not like despite those things. So you made some really like good skips to pay out.
I just wish I checked the swamp entrance a lot earlier because I was like looking for Skullwoods for at least 10 minutes at the end. So it was just frustrating at the end to just find it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was also the back of escape death too that Nilsson Alex had in the dark room with the scary ropes and bats.
Oh, I felt so good about my dark rooms. It never goes this well.
Yeah, you did great.
I was just blazing by. Yeah, it can easily just go tits up. Not today.
I think the death back there was because I died Colster recently, so I was like super frustrated with myself. Like during that period of like 20 minutes, it was just like everything felt like it went like wrong. Like everything I did didn't pay. Nothing really paid off. So I was like, I just need to find something because otherwise I just might cry. I was at that point.
So did you get your Moonpearl out of logic then?
No. He also still did the Ice Palace,
Yeah.
got the hook shot,
Yeah,
and then
okay.
went to GT. So
Yeah.
But yeah, like we were talking to Mike right before you joined, Nielsen, that Mike actually started setting up for bomb jumps over in left side GT, and could have potentially gotten that Moon Pearl there, and the hook shot wasn't really required. There was nothing behind it that, like, logically, yeah, it was, but nothing really behind the hook shot for the rest of the seed. So, if he had succeeded on those bomb jumps, he could have gotten that Moon Pearl, and then all that was left after that was just the Eastern Palace big key. So and mitts.
Well, yeah, wasn't there a big key in Ice, or was that Swamp Big or something?
There was, I think, a Thieves Town big key in Ice, so it wasn't the only thing. Yeah, I still had some other things, but like you didn't need to necessarily beat Colts there, is what I'm saying.
No, yeah, but it was so obvious that we had to do it. From
yeah. Yeah, chat was screaming as well. It's got to be an Ice, and everybody, like, it was Moon Pearl. We were all like, Moon Pearl and Ice, which kind of it was, right? It was right behind that hook shot. So,
I mean,
yeah, I thought it. I actually thought it was going to be like Moon Pearl in Ice, but it could also be nothing there because I never touched Eastern in the beginning, which I felt like that is something that's gonna hurt me in the end. But
oh no.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing that I think the only other checks we had available was nobody went to Hyrule Castle before as well. Like, the top of Hyrule Castle, I believe, was the only other checks in Logic at that point, and we hadn't seen those. Like, both of you only checked that area after getting your Pearl.
Like, I tried for the longest time to just delay, but I didn't want to do any unreasonable, like, one-offs. I just wanted to do efficient checks, and then, well, I guess I have to do this thing now. So the last thing I did was to run over to Desert and check that entrance, praying for any safety. And then, no. All I got was a bottle I couldn't get.
Feels like you and me, Mike, did a lot of praying in this one.
Oh my goodness, that fight.
I'm happy I got to play with you, Mike, because this is the first time we did play like 1 versus 1. So I'm really happy it happened in the tournament as well, like League. And yeah, I'm gonna look back to this VOD because I expect this one to be pretty good. So I just want to wrap things up on my end because I know Telmir and then Zenarkane is playing here soon as well. So I'm gonna relax and hopefully not have a heart attack while watching them as well, like I had during Cold Sear. But Jesse and Smirk, thanks for commentating. Will and Slowpoke for tracking, and of course SpeedGaming for restreaming. Also GG's again, Mike.
GG's, Nelson. Thank you. It was a good race. And good luck to Telmira and Zenarkane.
Yeah, so, Alex kind of doing our job for us a little here, but I will go through the races that are coming up for the rest of today in the Invitational League. Over on SpeedGaming 3 right now, Validation Chest Boots versus Triple Clown Fiesta. We've got Hexadus versus Illis today. Coming up right here on SpeedGaming 3 in just over 30 minutes is going to be the last Locationeers and Spec Bonkers Game 2 with Zenarkane and Telmaran. Tonight, 5:10 p.m. over on SpeedGaming. We've got missing playoffs, and he came from P-Train versus Magnet Hands. 7:10 tonight, Oops All Foxes versus Leftovers Forever, Trey Spire and Days Cloud. And then closing out the Monday invitational schedule, Divine Beastie Boys and Bottles on Empty are going to have a race on Speed Gaming. Fear Agent versus Maximum Barnage. So we've got great Pseudo Boots Cross Keys action the rest of today, and of course the rest of this week. We're down to the last 2 weeks of the league's regular season. Plenty of time to shake out who's going to make it into the playoffs and who is going to be in danger of relegation. So a lot of great matches. Also, we still, of course, have the Open League going on as well. I don't see any restreams currently planned for in that, but we'll see if those get picked up for restream either on Speed Gaming or the ALTTPR League. So always looking for plenty of volunteers. Smirk, it was a pleasure. And thanks everybody for watching. Smirk, you want to close us out?
No, just thank you so much, Jesse. It was a pleasure also commentating with you. GG's again, Braspiel, for both Nilson Alex and Structural Mike. And thanks a lot, everyone. And hope to see everybody around.